What's up everyone, and welcome back for our weekly 4K Blu-ray review. And today's 4K has us going back to 2012 for the debut film of the up-and-coming visionary Brandon Cronenberg, Antiviral. For the first time on 4K, Severin Films took the time to put out this pretty decent 2-disc set. Let's check it out. Notice no slipcover. Because if you want the slipcover, you got to go to Severin Films to get a 3-disc boxed set. Blu-ray, 4K. In that third disc, there's a new cut. It's called the Cannes cut from the Cannes Film Festival. We probably should have went with that, but more on that later. Brandon Cronenberg, the son of the legendary David Cronenberg. He has a lot of the same traits as his dad, but he may think more outside of the box. We reviewed 2 other films by Brandon on this channel, Possessor and Infinity Pool. So I was really looking forward to this film, his debut film. Unfortunately, I may have had my hopes a little too high because I was just a little bit let down with this film. This film did have the look and feel much like Cronenberg's other films, but I had a hard time staying engaged. I can appreciate his fresh take on storytelling, as well as the wild and crazy story ideas, but I felt the pacing and the whole execution seemed to be off in this film. I had a hard time getting into it, honestly. In fact, I almost fell asleep at one point. I guess the Cannes cut trims about 6 minutes out of this film, and from what I've read, people seem to appreciate that one a lot more. It felt a little tighter, so maybe that one's better. Like I said, I did appreciate some of his camera work, such as the super wide shot or the one camera extended take while you were watching the main lead walk with that killer score in the background. Outside of Malcolm McDowell, I couldn't name one actor in this film, though I'm not really sure it would have swayed my opinion one way or another. The actors they were pretty decent though for the most part, especially the lead. But the story was just missing that one thing to keep me engaged. Let's get into it. In the near future, the adoration of celebrities is at an all-time high. To help regular people have a connection to celebrities, the Lucas Clinic purchases viruses from celebrities and injects them into clients. To prevent these illnesses from being stolen, copy protection is added to the virus to prevent analyzation. That doesn't stop Sid March from injecting himself with all sorts of illnesses and selling them to Arvind, who owns a meat market that makes products from the cells of celebrities. All is well until one celebrity, Hannah Geist, who has a strange and unique illness, is downloaded and injected into Sid that turns him deathly sick. As his and Hannah's illnesses worsen, it is discovered that the illness may be man-made and much more sinister that has far-reaching issues. One word can be used to describe this Dolby Vision encoded 178:1 image: sterile. There was not a lot of color outside of the many shades of gray and black, and especially white, but the majority of it was clear and pristine as could be. When there were colors present, they really popped and really showed off excellent detail. The image had so much detail you could routinely spot each individual freckle on the main character's face and arms. Audio was presented in DTS 5.1 HD, which really took advantage of all speakers with its eerie soundtrack. Like previous Cronenberg films, the score is like an actor, which delivered on all levels. Bass response seemed terrific, with multiple frequencies coming across my 2 subwoofers. Surround usage offered subtle musical cues, adding to the uneasiness. All of the special features are accessed from the Blu-ray disc. In total, there are over 3 hours of featurettes and behind-the-scenes type materials here, including a director's commentary track. You also had Cronenberg's first short film, Broken Tulips, some deleted scenes, and a trailer. I can commend Cronenberg for offering up something new and fresh, but it fell flat for me. His later films are much better than this one, And while this is a really good set from Severin Films, overall, I'd probably only give this movie a 4 out of 10. But this release, it's a 5 out of 10. Well, that's today's review. Come back again. See what other 4Ks we got.
Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, bruh.